Now on YouTube, it's time for some alternative commentary action with the Commentary Hub.
There's headed by Marina! That is 2-1 to Arsenal!
Look for that point! Goal for Manchester City!
Takes this corner, whips it in, it's headed and it's a goal! And it's that man, Gabriel.
Liverpool have equalised! Lovely improvisational touch from Curtis Jones!
Oh, what a goal! Wow, take it out!
Hello, very good evening and welcome to the Commentary Hub's alternative audio coverage of Manchester City against Salford City in the FA Cup third round. I'm your alternative commentator, Nicholas Jones, and this is a special day. This is a special game for Salford City. It is the first time they have appeared in the third round at this level, and they are doing it and their first match in the third round is against the Premier League champions, no less. They have faced Premier League clubs before in cup competitions, but that was in the EFL Cup. They faced Everton in 2020 and Burnley in 2023. Currently, the Amis are doing really well in League Two, third in the table, just 1 point behind Walsall, and they beat Shrewsbury and Cheltenham Town to get to this stage. As for Manchester City, the Sky Blues have not had the best of few weeks, it has to be said, but they got 2025 underway with a 4-1 victory at home to West Ham. The Sky Blues are currently sixth in the Premier League, just 2 points off the top four. The players are now making their way out into the stadium, which is at the Etihad, and it is 1 degree above, and it is one degree above freezing right now. So it's still pretty cold at the moment. We'll let you know. Other FA Cup games have taken place today. We will, of course, let you know the results at half time and do a reminder at full time when all games have been covered. Currently going on at the same time is a fourth round match in the Women's FA Cup between Manchester United and West Bromwich Albion. And also, we will keep you updated with all other FA Cup matches that are going on at the time. The only one that is set to play at the moment is Coventry City against Sheffield Wednesday. Leyton Orient and Derby County were due to participate this evening, but a frozen pitch has forced the game to be postponed. The players now going through the handshake procedures, and the management's now taking their places, I should say, on the touch lines. And we'll now take you through the lineup, starting with Manchester City with Ederson in goal. Then the remaining players are Simpson, Pusey, Ake, Nunes, Gundogan, the captain, O'Reilly, McAtee, Doku, Grealish, Savinho, and Mbana. Quite a few of those players are young starlets and will most likely play for their academy side. Big teams often use young talent. Often have young talent play in the FA Cup and other cup competitions to showcase their talents. So for Manchester City, it's with Ederson in goal, then it's Nunes, Simpson, Pusey and Ake. In defence, the midfield with Gundogan flanking McAtee and O'Reilly, with Grealish ahead of him, Doku, Mbana and Savinho, the three forwards. For Salford, we have Matty Young in goal, then Kevin Burko, Curtis Tilts, the captain, Haji Noga, Luke Garbett, Tyrese Forner, Matthew Lund, and Osama Ashley. So now just go through the lineups for Salford with Young in goal, then Shepherd, Tilson, Garbutt in defence, Ashley on his own, and the midfielders are Minoga, Lund, Forner, and Burko, with Adelakun and Kwasi, the two forwards. Top scorer Cole Stockton is among the substitutes. And also among the substitutes for Manchester City include their star players Erling Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne, and Bernardo Silva. Also on the bench is Akanji and Foden. And our match officials tonight. We shall now take a look at them. Our referee is Josh Smith, with assistant referees Richard West and Andrew Fox. The fourth official, Zach Kennard Kettle. Manchester City, they have made the semi-final stage in each of the last 6 seasons, winning twice. Runners-up to Manchester United in last year's final, of course. They haven't. The last lower league club they lost to was Wigan Athletic all the way back in 2018. And the game will be getting ready to go to get underway. It'll be Manchester City to kick us off. They are wearing the sky blue shirts, white shorts, I should say, and black socks. Salford City in red and white. And away we go then for the start of the FA Cup third round match between Manchester City and Salford. And it's Manchester City straight away into possession, and currently with the ball was Savinho. Savinho passes back to Simpson Pusey in defence. Now it goes all the way up to, I think that was Ake. Yes, it was. So Ake to James McAtee. McAtee down the wing to Savinho. Savinho trying to get around the Salford defenders. Now he passes straight to, I think that was Nunez. Nunez back to Simpson Pusey. Salford being really defensive at this early stage. I think both of them are trying to size each other up. However, Manchester City advancing towards the goal. Nunez quickly passing to Savinho. Savinho's now inside the 18-yard box. Tried to cross towards Grealish, I think, but Salford were quick to react. And the ball is being passed to Ederson in goal. Some people are saying this could well be a easy run for Manchester City, but never discount lower league clubs, as has been proven many a time in the FA Cup. And currently with the ball is Adelakun for Salford. It's Adelakun under pressure from Ilkay Gundogan, but Gundogan succeeded in getting the ball off him. And it's Ake for Manchester City, almost tackled. Intercepted by Minoga. But the Sky Blues still have the ball. Down the wing it goes to Simpson Pusey, and cut out straight away by Salford for a throw-in. And I think I can't make out the person who did that. It was Burko, I've only just found out. And to take the throw-in is Matheus Nunes. Nunes to Simpson Pusey. Cleared out of goal up front by Ederson. Into the halfway circle. The referee has blown his whistle for something. I couldn't see what it was. I think Curtis Tilt might have had something to do with it. The Salford captain has a free kick. A free kick will have to be given. I think it's for Manchester United. I think it's for Manchester City. No, it's Salford. Salford to take the free kick. And from inside the side of the circle, that is a long way back. So Salford take the free kick. The ball sent towards Kouassi, but intercepted by Manchester City. Given away back to Salford through Tyrese Forner. It's Forner to, I couldn't see who else, but it's back with Forner. Forner tried to keep hold of the ball, which he did, and down went Jack Grealish. Play goes on though. It's Ake for Manchester City. 3 minutes in, Manchester City 0, Salford City 0. Ball now passed to Ederson in goal. Ederson getting ready to pass the ball out. And while there's this lull in play, Manchester United have taken the lead in the 23rd minute. Melvin Malar, the goal scorer in their game against West Bromwich Albion, as the game has been restarted. It's Ake for City. Down the wing to Simpson Pusey, but fouled, I think, by Burko. The ref says play on, and it's Nunez into the 18-yard box towards Savinho. Savinho with the ball. Now he quickly passes to Nico O'Reilly, who blazes it over. And that was a good effort by the youngster. So we'll now just take a look at it from another angle. O'Reilly was a fair bit of a way outside of the D, but he should be given praise for his efforts. Pep Guardiola being very animated on the touchline. He's reached semi-finals or finals or final in 7 of 8 seasons that he has been in charge of Manchester City. So the ball is now back in play, and I think the last player who had it was Forner for Salford, and it's Simpson Pusey up the wing to Ederson. Ederson quickly passes to Ake. Ake has to hold off Kouassi. Now quick pass it again to O'Reilly. O'Reilly passes rapidly to I think that's number 11, Doku. Indeed it is. It's Doku for Manchester City in towards the 18-yard box, but cleared away by Matt Lund. And that was good defensive work by Salford, and Manchester City have a corner already. So we wait for the corner to begin. It'll be Grealish to take the corners. Wasn't quite fully ready. He's ready for a second time. And the ball sails in, but headed away by Tilts. Tilts gives the ball, I think the ball was going towards the way of Doku, but Doku saw that it was going to go over the line and didn't bother. Grealish to take the throw. He throws to O'Reilly. Now O'Reilly to Nunez. Now back with O'Reilly. Grealish has to hold off Minoga. Quick back pass to Ake. That's another. Ake passes to Gundogan. Now Grealish, though he's under pressure from Ashley. That's the other side of the halfway line. Manchester City are playing from left to right. Salford right to left. Ake, O'Reilly now crossing towards McAtee. I think that was no. In fact, it wasn't. It was Mubana. And given away to Lund for Salford. Minoga after the ball, but tackled by O'Reilly. O'Reilly passing quickly to Ederson. 7 minutes in. Manchester City 0, Salford 0. As the ball is headed by Mubana. To, I think that's number Nunez now, and Manchester City have taken the lead through Jeremy Doku. Good start for Manchester City. They've managed to break through Salford's defence, and Carl Robinson. Carl Robinson is unhappy, but Manchester City have got off to a good start. They'll need to as well. So let's try and piece together what happened. It was Nunez with the initial effort. Doku received the ball off Grealish. That was good teamwork by all three. So Nunez Did a quick pass to Grealish. Doku was unmarked by the Salford defence, and the ball just bounced off the bars like a pinball and straight into the offside bottom left of the net, and Matt Young just could not save it. Salford are now looking to try and retaliate, and that was a header by Lund, but not to be that time. Let's have another look. It was by Luke Garbett. In fact, it was actually Garbett with Garbett who set up Lund, but Lund just could not find the net. And Doku registered to score on the 8th minute. Throw into Man City. It's O'Reilly. O'Reilly still with the ball, looking for someone to pass it to, and it's down the wing to Simpson Pusey. Simpson Pusey to Ake. Now back with O'Reilly. O'Reilly has really impressed me so far throughout this match. He's inside the 18-yard box. Tries to set up Mbana, but well cleared by Salford, and I think the ball may have just scraped. The ball may have just brushed off the other side of the net. Let's see what happened. It was a touch from Savinho. Had he been a few inches more to his left, that could have been 2 for Man City. Goal kick to be taken by Salford. Young clears the ball out of the goal. And it's been sent towards Tyrese Forner. Forner gives the ball away to Manchester City. And down goes Mbana. Mbana couldn't see who fouled him. But Gundogan now has the ball again for Man City. Forward cross to Doku. Doku just outside the 18-yard box. Passes to O'Reilly. O'Reilly to Savinho, but intercepted by Salford. Salford have to regain their composure, and they think they've done just that. They need to start attacking more rather than defending, in my view. And Adelakun could be one of the players to watch out for. O'Reilly. That pass to Ake. It's Nathan Ake over the halfway line. Ake passes up the wing to I think that might have been Grealish. Now back to O'Reilly. O'Reilly. Ake. He's inside the halfway circle. Now the ball goes back up to O'Reilly. O'Reilly. Doku. Doku. Now to I think that's that's Grealish. Grealish still with the ball. Now pass this back to Doku. Doku doing really well to hold on. He has Haji Minoga breathing down his neck. Passes to Ake. Now O'Reilly. O'Reilly. Doku. Doku towards the goal! But it's just wide off the net. Very close it was too. And had he been a bit closer, that could have been 2. That could have been 2 for Man City. But he has shown what he can do. Carl Robinson has only been with Salford for just over 12 months now. And Salford, they're a club known for punching above their weight. They made the playoffs they made the League 2 playoffs in 2023. Grealish, but loses it to Burko. Burko now for Salford, and give it away to Manchester City. It's now with Grealish, Doku towards McAtee. That's a lovely forward pass, I should say, towards Savinho, but Savinho couldn't get to the ball in time. And that will be a throw-in. So good ball good ball control from all concerned. McAtee towards Savinho, but Savinho, he may have been had he gone for the ball, he may have been offside. So I think he wisely chose to back out. Garbutt to take the throw for Salford, and it's been caught by Kouassi. Tackled by Gundogan. Ilkay Gundogan, the German international. Up the wing to O'Reilly. O'Reilly now back towards Gundogan. Now Gundogan forwarding it to Mubana. Mubana's also another player who's impressed me throughout this game. Minoga just recovering from a foul, and it'll be a free kick to Salford. Manchester City currently 82% with possession. Salford lagging behind on just 18. Free kick taken by Salford. Good interception by Manchester City. Or quickly passed back to Ederson. O'Reilly. O'Reilly to Doku. So it's Doku with the ball for Manchester City. He passes to McAtee. Gundogan. And Gundogan down the wing to Simpson Pusey. To Nunes. Gundogan. Grealish. It's Jack Grealish for Manchester City. He's into the 18-yard box, but cut out by Garbutt. And that will be a corner to Manchester City. Savinho will be the man to take the corner. O'Reilly taking a bold move, getting really close to the goal. Corner kick taken, but headed away and clear by Garbutt. Although Manchester City got second wind, it almost went in, but defended well by Salford. O'Reilly tries to get the ball, but can't. It goes over the touchline. I think there was a bit of a confrontation between two players inside the 18-yard box, and nobody noticed. It was I think Ashley was one of them, but Kouassi did really well to clear the ball away for Salford. Towards Young. Young crossing it. Young tries to cross forward to Kouassi, but defended by Ederson. But kept out by Ederson. Tackled by Manchester City. It's Grealish to Mubana. Doku. McAtee. Gundogan. That's a forward cross to Mubana, but Mubana misses the ball. He may well have been offside had he got it. And we now just wait to see what will happen next. As Carl Robinson being very animated with his players. He's not being aggressive. I think he's trying to explain things very calmly, which is good. Young clears the ball out of the goal, but given away to Gundogan to Doku. Doku's been fouled, but the ref says play on, and with the ball is McAtee towards Mubana, but given away to Manchester City, and Doku's still on the ground. I think he's just getting up. It's Forner for Salford. corner, back pass to Garbett. There was good ball control just now by Forner, the Sierra Leone international. And the ball now being passed from Shepherd to Young. And now cleared out of the goal as just taking the ball is Edison. Edison to O'Reilly. Now back towards Ake. Edison. 90 minutes in. Manchester City 1, Salford City 0. Grealish. It's Jack Grealish. Passing to Edison. And Edison clears the ball forward. But it goes as far as its opposite number, Young. Young to Shepherd. And that's Shepherd. Sending the ball. And that's Shepherd. I think he was looking for Kouassi, but Kouassi couldn't get there. Ball's now back with Man City. It's Gundogan. Gundogan to Nunes. Nunes, Sabinho. Sabinho enters the 18-yard box. And now it's with Sabinho. And sent in! Manchester City have doubled their lead. And it is Divin Mubana who scores for the Sky Blues. Although, and the referee is going to give, and I think the referee is going to give somebody a yellow card because of it. I think the referee is going to give someone a yellow card, but I think that might be a Salford player, but that doesn't matter if your name is Divin Mubana. So, Gundogan did well to a pass to Savino via Nunes. And Nunes did well to, and Nunes received the ball again. And he just managed to pick out, Mubana, who was again one of those players that was unmarked by Salford. Salford just can't seem to spot everyone. They need to be more alert when encountering attacking players. So just after 21 minutes, it's now Manchester City 2, Salford City 0. And ball is now with O'Reilly. O'Reilly to Gundogan. And Gundogan to Ake. Now the ball has gone to Savino. Savino, he's been really good at setting up goals. Was now with Nunes. Nunes to Ake. Now over the halfway line to O'Reilly. O'Reilly, Grealish. Back towards Ake. Ake to Grealish. Grealish passes straight away to O'Reilly, although O'Reilly has to watch out for Lund. O'Reilly towards Ake. And a quick pass to Edison in goal. Now the ball passed to Simpson Pusey. Simpson Pusey up the wing to Grealish, but I think he was intercepted by Salford. And after the ball was Savino, although just getting to it in time was the Salford captain. Tilt, and down goes one of the Manchester City players. I've forgotten who it is. He's fallen just under the advertising hoardings. That was Savino. First time this has happened, from what I can see. Tilts on Savino. And Tilt just shoved Savino, and Savino just had nowhere to go. The momentum just sent him flying into the photographers, the photographers didn't have much time to react. But Savino is none the worse for wear, and Shepherd has been given a yellow card. That might have been for something that happened earlier, but I can't remember. But I don't know exactly why he. But I don't know exactly why he was cautioned. So a throw in to Manchester City to be taken by Nunes. Nunes throws to Mubana, but the ball is forced. But the ball is forced away by Garbett, and it is currently half. And Luke Garbett, he represented England at 6 age levels. Would you believe? And what I was about to say is that it's it's half time between Manchester United women and West Bromwich Albion in the Women's FA Cup 1-0 as the ball is cleared out of the goal towards I think that was Adela Kun, but dealt with by Manchester City. Just over 24.5 minutes in, it's still Manchester City. It's still Man City 2, Salford. It's still Man City 2, Salford 0. And the referee now. The referee trying to sort something out. But down on the ground is Matt Young. Something must have happened to him. He's lying on his back. The physio's the physio coming over to have a look at him. As Carl Robinson has time to talk to his players. It is currently 1-0 still between Coventry and Sheffield Wednesday in the FA Cup. Leeds United against Harrogate Town is also playing right now. It is still 0-0 between the two sides. We will keep you updated. We'll give you updates when there are lulls in play, and we'll also update you current goals at half time, and give you the full results at full time. We'll also give you the full results of the FA Cup from earlier this afternoon. So the players now getting ready to get back into play, and Young still being looked at by the physios. He appears to be all right, but nothing is clear on whether he's continuing right now. In fact, he is back up on his feet, so he will. In fact, he's back up on his feet, so he will be okay. Throw in to Salford. And they get ready to take the throw. So the ball is thrown to Tilt towards Garbett. That's a forward cross headed by O'Reilly. And but it goes over the line, and it will be a throw in by Shepherd. Shepherd throws, ends up at the feet of Garbett. Garbett to that might have been Fauna, back towards Shepherd. Shepherd forward cross was aiming for, I think that might have been Burko, but intercepted by O'Reilly for Manchester City. Ake does well to keep the ball for Man City. In fact, it was Doku. I do apologise. Tyrese Fauna to I think that's Burko. Yes, it is. Burko almost loses to Manchester City, but it was intercepted but it was retaken by Garbett. City have it back though, and Divine Mubana forces out a Salford player, and it will be a throw in to Salford via Luke Garbett. Garbutt gets ready. Garbutt gets ready to take the throw, which he does. Throws to Nunes. Nunes to McAtee. Salford still have the ball with O'Reilly, despite a challenge by Salford. It's O'Reilly under pressure from Adelakun. Adelakun forces him down, but that was unfair. But that was a really unfair challenge by the Salford player. Manchester City get the game restarted with a quick free kick. It's Gundogan to Doku. Now Grealish back towards Doku. O'Reilly under pressure from Kylian Kouassi. Kouassi to Ake. Ake to Simpson Pusey. Savinho. Gundogan. And it's Gundogan on the attack with the ball. He could well make it three, but with a nice halt by Tilt. They're not out of the woods yet, though. And over the line it goes. That was deflected away by Lund. Game is restart. Yep, game is restarted, Bo. It's O'Reilly. O'Reilly towards Ake. Now back with O'Reilly. O'Reilly to Grealish, but intercepted by Salford. Lund. Down the wing towards Tilt. Tilt to Young. And Young clears the ball out of the goal. Almost taken by but it's been intercepted by Manchester City. It's Mbana, although Mbana I think has elbowed somebody. The ball is offside. Couldn't see which player was offside. It might have been Mbana. Guardiola stands very calmly on the touchline. Not used to seeing him all calm and quiet. I must say he's usually more animated. But he is walking around the touchline. The Manchester City supporters looking relatively relaxed. Young takes the free kick for Salford, but given away to Manchester City. Now it's back with the Amis and Garbutt. Garbutt passes to Tilt. Ends up at the feet of Young. Young clears the ball out for Forner. Forner back to Young. And Young towards Garbutt. It's Garbutt with the ball. Holds off Savinho. Now it's back with Forner. Forner on the edge of the pitch. Passes quickly to Garbutt. Now back with Young. It's Young to Garbutt. Young to Garbutt. Now back with Curtis Tilt. Tilt towards Young. And it's over the line for a throw. Still no changes between Leeds and Harrogate and Coventry against Sheffield Wednesday regarding goals. Throw taken by City. But it was deflected out by Gundogan and Carl Robinson. And Carl Robinson, you can show he's getting increasingly frustrated. But he is trying to encourage his players to keep going. Lund up the wing to Noga. Minoga. Has to hold off Doku, but Doku retakes the ball for City. Doku, Grealish, cut out by Tilt, and Curtis Tilt furious about something. I think Tilt might have been furious about unwanted physical contact. He has no right to lose his temper like that. It'll be Grealish to take the corner for Man City towards Mubana, but cleared away by the Salford defenders. It ends up at the feet of Mateus Nunes. Now it goes towards Ederson. McAtee. McAtee up the wing to Grealish. Now back with Doku. Retaken by Salford. Down the wing to Burko, but tackled from behind by Savinho. Over the halfway line goes the ball to Tilt. No, or should that be Forner? Forner to Lund. Lund forward. Lund passes to Young. And Young clears the ball out of the goal towards Adelakun, Forner, Garbutt back towards Forner. And Forner passes to Kylian Kouassi. Kouassi inside the 18-yard box. Can he bring back the deficit? Can he reduce the deficit for Salford? No, because Ederson was quick to react. That looked like an unlikely goal could come out of nowhere, but the ball stayed on the ground. Had it been a few inches higher, Ederson may not have been able to save it. 10 minutes to go until half time. It's Man City 2, Salford 0. Doku, just outside the 18-yard box. Now he's in, but kept out by Tilt and Garbutt. It's now at the feet of Gundogan. Gundogan to O'Reilly. O'Reilly passes to Doku. Now back with O'Reilly. It's Gundogan. Gundogan just outside the 18-yard box. Passes to McAtee. Back to Gundogan. Grealish passes to Gundogan, but gives it away to Salford. And retaken by O'Reilly. And down Haji Manoga has gone down. I can't see who fouled him. I think it might have just been Gundogan, but Manoga is okay. And Manoga, 13 international caps for Tanzania. And it's a free kick to Salford. Young did well to take the free kick, but the ball goes as far as his opposite number, Ederson. Ederson passes to O'Reilly. O'Reilly crosses down wing to Savinho, headed by Garbutt and Mubana. Now it's with Savinho. Savinho with the ball. Savinho passes to Simpson Pusey. Ake. Gundogan down the wing to Savinho. Closing in on the 18-yard box. Passes to Gundogan. Grealish holds on to the ball. Passes to Doku. Doku inside the 18-yard box now. Tries to go for it, but cut out by Tills, I think it was. Salford give the ball away to Manchester City anyhow. Gundogan. McAtee back to Gundogan. Now back with McAtee again. It's O'Reilly inside the centre circle. Ball goes out the centre circle to Simpson Pusey. Simpson Pusey to Ake. Now Gundogan passing to Grealish. Back towards Gundogan towards Grealish. Grealish passes to McAtee. McAtee almost slipped up, I think. Passes rapidly to Doku. Doku inside the 18-yard box. Now it's with McAtee. McAtee to Savino. But Savino's effort well over the crossbar. Savino did everything right in my opinion, but he was just unlucky not to make it 3 for the Sky Blues. And Guardiola now starting to shout more words from the touchline. I think he's trying to shout words of encouragement to the players. Gundogan almost gets it, but a bit of shirt pulling going on Savino. That was by Forner, and I think Garbett must have collided with him. I'll try and piece this together. I'll try and piece together what happened. I have the feeling that Gundogan had his arm Savino, I should say, had his arm pulled by Forner, and he just ran into Garbett. Free kick was taken by Manchester City. We're closing in on 5. We're closing in on 5 minutes until half time. It's still Man City 2, Salford 0. The Salford manager, Carl Robinson, looking on, and to take the throw-in will be Savino. Savino throws, headed by Osama Ashley. Now taken by Lund. Lund, I think, passed to his teammate, but Lund was fouled in the process. Couldn't see who it was that fouled him, but we'll soon have the answer. He was sandwiched between Grealish and Gundogan, and that has given a free kick to Salford. Kouassi will be Kouassi. I think it'll be Kouassi that will take the free kick for the Amis. This could be Salford's chance to reduce the deficit. Garbett to Adelakun, and Salford looked very close to pegging back the deficit, but Gundogan was quick to react and send the ball out of Salford's reach. Although the Amis are still in with a chance. That was Burko, and his shot on and his effort has, I think, been the closest that Salford have come to scoring. Garbett threw very well towards Lund, but Burko's efforts cruelly denied by a few inches. Just under 3.5 minutes to go until half time. Cleared away by Young towards going to be given away to Ake. Forner now for Salford. Adelakun back to Forner. Forner quickly passed to. I think that might have been Kouassi, but players been stopped for something. Kouassi, I think, was judged to have been offside. Ederson. Ederson now looking for someone to pass it to. He passes quickly to McAtee. Gundogan passes to O'Reilly. O'Reilly back to Gundogan. Now O'Reilly again. Over the halfway line it goes. He goes, sorry. Now Jeremy Doku. Doku inside the 18-yard box now. Passes to Nico O'Reilly, and City have trebled their lead thanks to Nico O'Reilly. This young man is one great player for the future. and his goal was just simply astounding. He has shown a great level of gameplay and dedication for somebody a lot older than him, and his efforts and his finish on goal was just nothing short of amazing, completely unmarked. The Salford defenders didn't know he was there. They were too concentrated on Doku, and O'Reilly said thank you very much and just finished it off with ease. Manchester City now lead Salford by 3-0, and the question is, will they add any more in the second half? So Salford get things restarted. And the ball is now with Borna. Borna through Adelakun. Now it's Burko, but he gives the ball away to Gundogan. Now it's with Savinho. Savinho back to Gundogan. Ake to O'Reilly. Now back towards Ake. Ederson. We're now some 10 seconds away from the 45th minute. And it only remains to be seen how many minutes of stoppage time will be added. O'Reilly to Ake. 3 minutes of stoppage time have been confirmed. And the ball is now with James McAtee. McAtee to Gundogan. Gundogan forwards the ball to Divin Mubana, but saved by Young. Young looking for Young. Young just needs to find a space to clear the ball out of the goal. Headed by Ake. Ake to Burko. Forna, or should that be Adelakun? Adelakun to Burko, but intercepted by McAtee. It's McAtee for Manchester City. Just over a minute of stoppage time has been played. It's Manchester City 3, Salford City 0. And Coventry City have taken the lead against Sheffield Wednesday. Liam Kitching in the 26th minute. As it's Doku for Manchester City. Now the ball is with Mubana, although the referee has pulled up everyone, and offside flag has gone up against Mubana. He was just making his merry way towards goal when he was just way ahead of the last defender of the last Salford defender. Just carried on like nobody's business as Salford take the free kick. Nunes was under pressure from Burko, although I think Burko must have forced it. Although I think Burko forced him to clear the ball out. Nunes almost lost control, but I think he managed to keep hold of it. Matty Lund tries to protest against the referee, but the referee's not here. But the referee won't hear it. Ederson it'll be Ederson to clear the ball out of goal for Manchester City. Which he does. And to intercept the ball, and I think to intercept the ball momentarily was Mubana. Garbett passes to Curtis Till, but the half-time whistle has gone, and it is all Manchester City. Salford have shown flashes of brilliance, but they were just overpowered by the Sky Blues. Can Manchester City maintain their current pace, or will Salford pull something miraculous out of the bag in the second half? Half time at the Etihad, Manchester City 3, Salford City 0. We're going to go for a break, but join us when we return. Join us when we return for the updates and final results of FA Cup matches and other league matches so far that have happened today. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's alternative audio coverage of Manchester City against Salford City in the FA Cup third round. Kickoff of the second half should be in around a few minutes' time. So now let's go through the results the results from games that happened earlier on today, in both League and Cup. We'll start with League One, and all but one games took place, and the only game that happened in League One: Rotherham United 3, Bolton Wanderers 1. And only two games took part what happened in League Two: Walsall 5, Tranmere Rovers 1, and Swindon Town 0, Crewe Alexandra 0. Now for the goals in the FA Cup that have happened earlier on today, plus updates from the current matches that are happening right now. Birmingham City 2, Lincoln City 1. Bristol City 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2. Middlesbrough 0, Blackburn Rovers 1. Liverpool 4, Accrington Stanley 0. Leicester City 6, Queen's Park Rangers 2. AFC Bournemouth 5, West Bromwich Albion 1. Brentford 0, Plymouth Argyle 1. Chelsea 5, Morecambe 0. Exeter City 3, Oxford United 1. Norwich City 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 4. Nottingham Forest 2, Luton Town 0. Reading 1, Burnley 3. And Sunderland 1, Stoke City 2 are the current full-time scores. And are the full-time scores. The latest scores: Leeds United 0, Harrogate 0, Harrogate Town 0. This is the half-time results. And approaching half-time, Coventry City are leading Sheffield Wednesday by a goal to 0. Leyton Orient and the match between Leyton Orient and Derby County was postponed due to a frozen pitch, and the match will be played in 3 days' time. In the Women's FA Cup, Manchester, it is in the 72nd minute. It is currently the 73rd minute. It is currently Manchester United 1, West Bromwich Albion 0 in the Women's FA Cup fourth round. Brighton against Durham was due to take place today, but was postponed. That's the latest scores from across the board, from across league and cup from today. Tomorrow we have two games coming up, and they are to be simulcast at the same time. Paul James will be covering Arsenal against Manchester United on the commentary on the commentary hub, Focus on Football and Storm FM. On JB Sports, the commentary hub 2, and the Twitch channel Russ_Vernon92. Russ Vernon will be doing the commentary on Newcastle United against Bromley, another club that are in the FA Cup for the first time in their history. Mike Harneman, we are hoping to have Mike Harneman cover Tamworth against Tottenham Hotspur, but we are still waiting for confirmation. Keep an eye on our social media channels on Facebook and Blue Sky for further information. Quite blinding starts for Manchester City, and Nico O'Reilly is a player that has impressed me, as I said before. Also impressing Jeremy Doku and also another youngster, Divine Mubana. So O'Reilly and Mubana could well feature for the first team in the not too distant future. So Salford really have to get their act together before they get on further. Have to really get their act together, I should say, before that, in order to reduce the deficit. And I can confirm now that Leeds and Harrogate have restarted and Coventry and Sheffield Wednesday have reached half time. The Sky Blues still lead the Owls by a goal to nil. So Salford will need. So Salford will, I think, need to bring on the likes of Cole Stockton and Conor McAlney if they are to reduce the deficit. If they are to reduce the deficits. Anyway, whilst it's been a cold night, the action on the pitch at the Etihad has certainly warmed the fans and everyone up. So we are now all set to go for. So we are now just a couple of minutes away from the start of the second half. Just remind you that currently on the substitutes bench for Manchester City, Erling Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne, and Bernardo Silva. We could see them make an appearance in the second half. We are now all set, and we are now just about getting ready to start for the second half. The players are still in the tunnel, and we are almost just about to get ready for the start. Of the second half. Some of the, I think one or two of the players still going. One or two of the players still warming themselves up. James McAtee's also been really good for Man. James McAtee's also been really good, and the players are now making their way out onto the pitch for the start of the second half. As one of the players now having a bit of a chat, and I think that there is going to be a half-time substitution, and coming off is Nathan Ake, and in his place will come the Switzerland international Manuel Akanji. So Manuel Akanji making his way onto the pitch. Nathan Ake has been really good defensively. Will Akanji live up to his reputation? The roles are reversed now. Salford will be playing from left to right, and Manchester City will be playing from right to left. So Salford get ready to kick up to restart. Salford get ready to restart proceedings, and it will be, and I think it will be what's his name? And I think it will be someone to get proceedings underway. Anyway, we're back underway now for the second half between Manchester City and Salford, as Minoga goes down, and the ball is now taken by Liam Shepherd. It's Shepherd to Curtis Tilts. Fornam misses the ball. O'Reilly passes to Edison. Edison with the ball. Passes to McAtee. McAtee to Akanji. Akanji up the wing to Grealish. It was almost with Mubana. Mubana, I think, was foolish to pass to Grealish. Free kick to Manchester City, taken by Gundogan. On the left of the centre circle, it's back with Gundogan. Gundogan down the wing to O'Reilly. O'Reilly passing to Akanji. Straight to Edison. Edison to Gundogan. Now back with Akanji. Akanji up the wing, but given away to Salford. That was Garbett. Garbett to Liam Shepherd. Shepherd losing it to Doku. And Shepherd has gone down. So free kick will be taken by Salford. So Shepherd with the free kick. It's now pressing towards the 18-yard box for Manchester City. Grealish is down. Yeah, Grealish is down. Penalty, or is it? We'll just have to wait and see. Grealish is down. That was well within the 18-yard. That was well within the 18-yard box. I'd be surprised if it was. I'd be surprised if it wasn't a penalty. Grealish just had a touch of the ball. Down he went, and I think the referee has indeed, awarded a penalty. Grealish was sandwiched between two players. And so the penalty. So Grealish to take the penalty for Manchester City. Can he make it 3? Steps back a few paces. Runs up and in it goes. And that's 4 for the Sky Blues. And Manchester City are just running away with it. They are steamrolling Salford, so to speak. And Grealish just took the penalty, calm and cool as you like. Didn't blink even once. And his movements just sent Young completely the wrong way. Little wave to acknowledge the crowd. Not much in the way of celebration. The game restarts. Young crosses down the wing to Minoga. Minoga loses it to Grealish, passes to Akanji. Akanji to Edison. Now back towards Akanji. It's Kouassi. Kouassi to Grealish, I think. Loses it to Tilt. Tilt to Garbett. Ball crossed by Garbett to Burko, but blocked, I should say, by Jamal Simpson-Pusey. And the corner has been given to Salford as a result of that. It'll be Garbett that will take the corner. Garbett runs up, kicks the ball in towards the 18-yard box, headed by Ashley, but kept out by Manchester City. The Amis still have the ball though. Crossing down the wing towards Lund, I think. No, it's but it's in fact gone the way of Osama Ashley. Ashley to Tilt. Tilt crossing up the wing to I couldn't see who, but Hakeeb Adelakun's effort blazes over the crossbar, and it's still held firm. A poorly timed effort by Hakeeb Adelakun And as we approach 51.5 minutes, it's still Manchester City 4, Salford City 0. Grealish with the ball. He's under pressure from Ashley, but Salford do win the ball. Grealish takes it back for the Sky Blues. In fact, he doesn't. It's gone the way of Forner. Forner passes to Lund. And a quick pass down the wing to Shepherd. Shepherd to Minoga. It's Minoga towards Shepherd! And cleared out of the way by Akanji. Had he not been there, Shepherd could have reduced the deficit for Salford. The Amis still want this though. Shepherd inside the 18-yard box. Everybody misses the ball. And it goes as far as Forner. But Salford have been ruled out as offside. It was Adalakun who I think was the closest to the goal, but he was, I think, just fractionally ahead of the last defender. And Carl Robinson taking notes on the touchline in conversation with the assistant managers. That looks like some of the class of '92, which bought shares in Salford City approximately 10 years ago. Osama Ashley to Garbett. Garbett towards Burke. Garbett towards Forner. Forner crossing down the wing to Shepherd. Shepherd to Minoga. Minoga back to Shepherd. Shepherd passing to Tilt. Tilt towards Garbett. Garbett passing again to Garbett, conceding to Edison, I must say. Concedes to Edison. Edison to Grealish. Grealish, Gundogan. Now it's with Mubana, but he loses it to Kouassi. O'Reilly. It's almost had by Mateus Nunes. It's Gundogan. And it looks like another substitute is going to be made for Manchester City. I can see that it's Phil Foden who may well be coming on, and Manchester City have since gone from 1-0 to 4. Was about to mention this, but was about to mention he scored, but and in fact up goes the board. So to replace, so Phil Foden will be replacing. Phil Foden will be replacing. I couldn't see who. I think it might have been Savinho, but we shall check in a minute. So. Yeah. In fact, it is Savinho. So Manchester City have now scored 4. Rachel Williams scored 2, and Ella Toone the last one in the 83rd minute. So play now resumes. 55 minutes gone. It's Manchester City 4, Salford City 0. Tilt up the wing to. I think that was Garbett. Now back towards Tilt. Cross by Tilt, down wing to Minoga. Lund. Lund has to hold on to the ball. Almost loses it to O'Reilly, but O'Reilly forces it out for a throw. And I think a couple of other substitutions are being ready for Salford. I think Ryan Watson was one of them. As Minoga gets into a bit of a tangle with Grealish. Grealish helps him up. It was Shepherd who was trying to close him down, and Shepherd fouled him, and I think Minoga went down in sympathy. So McAtee to Akanji. Akanji passes up the wing to Edison. Now passing it to, I think that's Grealish. Ball now forwarded to Foden, but headed by Salford. It's now ended up with Garbett. Garbett to Young. Young clears the ball out of the goal, and it's headed towards Minoga. Minoga concedes to City. It's McAtee, though he almost lost it. They almost lost it through Lund. It's still with City. It's still with Man City though. Lund takes it back for Salford. Tilt crossing up the wing to Kevin Burko, but Burko misses. But Burko just missed the ball, I think. And a couple of substitutes are being made for Salford, and John Taylor will take the place of Haji Minoga. So Haji Minoga walking back off the pitch. Hasn't had the best of games, it has to be said. And whilst that's going on, Leeds have taken the lead against Harrogate. Lagi Ramazani in the 59th minute. And Manchester United make it 5 against West Brom as Kelin Bizet Ilhosi scores in the 89th minute. So apologies if I get that name wrong. So Ryan Watson has come on in place of Osama Ashley, I can confirm. As it's O'Reilly towards Grealish. Grealish back to O'Reilly. O'Reilly clears the ball up. O'Reilly trying to clear the ball forward to Mabana, which he has done, but he's conceded to Forner. Forner passing to Burko. Burko back towards Forner. Forner holding off Foden. Ball now passed to Lund. Lund down the wing to Shepherd. Ball is now with John Taylor. Taylor loses it to Manchester City. It's with O'Reilly. O'Reilly to McAtee. Up the wing straight away to Edison. Gundogan. Simpson Pusey back to Edison. Edison is ready to clear the ball. Edison sends the ball out of the goal, and it was almost caught by someone from Manchester City, but a yellow card has gone up against the captain, Curtis Tilt. We'll try and work out who he fouled, and it was Divine Mubana. Mubana was the man who went down. And Curtis Tilt gets a yellow card as a consequence. So O'Reilly. Gundogan to McAtee. Now it's with Watson. Watson gives the ball away to City, but it's retaken by Taylor. O'Reilly takes it back for the Sky Blues, though. It's now with McAtee. McAtee, although he's under pressure from Watson. Free kick to Manchester City. It'll be Grealish to take the free kick. He passes swiftly to O'Reilly. O'Reilly to Akanji. No, Akanji passing to Edison. Salford City have caught up in terms of possession. They are now 52% compared to Manchester City's 48%. I feel they are starting to close down Manchester City a bit, but I think they may have left it too late. As Nunes forwards the ball to Jeremy Doku. It's Doku to McAtee, and it's 4 for Manchester City. James McAtee scores. That is the youngster's first goal for the senior club, I do believe. And in actual fact, it's 5. 5, I do apologise. But James McAtee, James McAtee's got a smile on his face. That will be something for the youngster to write home about. He scored in an FA Cup match, and the assistance he received from Doku converted superbly into goal. The apprentices have learnt really well from the masters, and McAtee is proof, along with O'Reilly, that this could well be the start of the next generation of Manchester City superstars. Pep Guardiola is pleased with that, and James McAtee absolutely delighted. And so too are the supporters, young and old. One of them was a young boy. One of them was a young lad celebrating his birthday. So happy birthday to you, young man. And whilst I was saying this, Salford looked like they were on the attack, and the ball was just missed. That was by Kylian Kouassi. Carl Robinson could well be starting to stare defeat in the face as Ederson clears the ball out of the goal. It's Nunez towards Doku. Doku with the ball. Down goes Nunez. Doku passes to Gundogan. Foden, although he was almost brought down by Lund. Gundogan still has the ball. He passes to McAtee. O'Reilly. O'Reilly to Grealish. And Grealish once again to McAtee. But deflected away. But deflected away by Tilt. And that was just amazing. And that was just good clearance by Salford. McAtee looked set for a second, but that only results in a corner for City as Grealish sends the ball into the 18-yard box. Everybody misses, however, and it's over the line for a goal kick. Meantime, Manchester United have made it 7 in the Women's FA Cup match against West Brom. Rachel Williams with her 3rd, and Bize Ilhoussi in the 90 plus 5 minutes. So the Red Devils well on their way to victory. Young clears the ball out of the goal for Salford, and the ball was given to Simpson Pusey. Grealish, though I think he got tangled up with one of the Salford defenders. Couldn't see who. 65 minutes in, Manchester City 5, Salford City 0. O'Reilly to take the throw. Waiting, he's biding his time, being very patient. He throws to, I think that was Foden, or was it McAtee? No, it was McAtee, but the ball is forced out again for a throw. And Carl Robinson looking noticeably subdued as a couple of substitutes for Salford getting ready to come on. As O'Reilly passes to Foden. Foden to Nunez. Now Doku, Foden! But forced out by Liam Shepherd. And Foden saying thank you and well done to Doku for assisting him. So Doku back towards Foden, but just cleared away by Shepherd. It's a corner to Manchester City. Foden to take the corner, but headed away by Mubada, and that was almost a six for Manchester City. It was that young man again, James McAtee. How close was that to his second of the match and the sixth for Manchester City? Just went over the bar by mere inches. Young sends the ball out of the goal for Salford. Ends up at the feet of Ederson. Ederson clears the ball forward up the field to Grealish, although Grealish gets tangled up with Taylor. They both go down, back up on their feet, no harm done. They're exchanging a few words. No physical altercation. That's good to see. O'Reilly to take the throw. He throws to Foden. Now back towards O'Reilly. Foden again. Now it's with Akanji. Akanji to Ederson. Ederson to Foden. Now back with Akanji. Akanji cross to McAtee. Now it's with Foden. Foden up the wing to Doku. Doku, I think, was trying to send it through to Nunes, who was signalling for him, but saved by the Salford goalkeeper Young. And there's a bit of a discussion going on between a couple of players, and I think Tilt might have had one or two words to say, but as far as I know, nobody's listening. So it's Doku inside the 18-yard box. Kept out, and I think it was Tills who just had the slight touch to kick the ball out. Or did it actually brush his hand? It was his hand. Penalty to Manchester City! And it's Doku who runs up. It's 6! Amazing! Fantastic! Apologies for not recognising it earlier. Everything just happened so fast. But Curtis Till already on a yellow card. If he's not careful, he's off. Just like Jack Grealish, Jeremy Doku was as cool and calm as you like, and straight in it went. And a clap on the back from his teammate Phil Foden, very well deserved. 3 substitutes now being made for Salford with almost 20 minutes to go. It seems to me like Lund. It seems to me like Lund is one of the supporters. Just noticed that Ryan Giggs is now assistant manager at Salford under Carl Robinson. So the ball now cleared. So the ball cleared out of the goal, given to Grealish, but sent over the line. McAtee. It's in fact O'Reilly that will take the throw for Manchester City. He throws to I couldn't see who, and in fact Kouassi is off and Stockton is on. Grealish with the ball for Manchester City. I'll try and work out who the other substitute is in a moment or two when we have time. Grealish to McAtee. Gundogan. It's Gundogan to Manuel Nunes. Nunes passing it to O'Reilly. Back towards Nunes. Nunes up the wing to Simpson QC. Doku to Akanji. Akanji back to Foden. Simpson QC. Doku has to watch out for Burko. He passes to Foden. Foden to McAtee, and City making 7. That young man again, James McAtee. fantastic goal from the youngster. And I've said it before, but I'll say it again. The apprentices have learnt from the masters. And McAtee and O'Reilly could well be on the verge of becoming Manchester City's next superstars. But was he offside? I don't think he was. Taps it in anyway. But will the referee be considering offside? A couple of Salford players raising their hands. But McAtee was apparently unaware of this and just taps it in with his left foot. We'll wait for some kind of verdict to come if it happens. Remember at this stage, no VAR is being implemented, so the goal still stands. The referee apparently does not change his mind, and Manchester City lead Salford by 7 goals to 0. First Nico O'Reilly, then James McAtee, and also Digeen Mubana. Edison. The ball was actually about to be headed away though by Connor McAulney. So McAulney is the substitute that I missed. As speaking of substitutes, another one is going to get ready to come on. Can't see who it is, and I can confirm that Doku is on. That Doku will be coming off in place of Mateo Kovacic. And the Manchester City fans stand up and applaud. No further changes between Leeds United and Harrogate Town, and also Doku offers and also Coventry City against Sheffield Wednesday. It's currently still Leeds 1, Harrogate 0, Coventry 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0. So Akanji to Edison, fouled, but I couldn't see who fouled who. But free kick given to Manchester City, and the Manchester City fans, they're going to be celebrating until well into the night. It seems they're jumping up and down. Hardly surprising. There's bound to be many nightclubs and bars around Manchester, so they'll be spoilt for choice over there. O'Reilly to Kovacic, Akanji, given away to Salford. It's Watson down the wing to Taylor. Taylor passes to Shepherd. But given away back to Taylor. Taylor was under pressure from O'Reilly. Now it's passed to McAulney. Taylor, O'Reilly was pressuring both of them, and I think he's going to be up before the referee. Just as I would, I think he's going to be up before the referee. No yellow card apparently, but a free kick to Salford. 75 minutes in, Manchester City 7, Salford 0. And the man to take the free kick. We'll try and identify him in a minute. It looks to me like Luke Garbett, the man with the beard. Crosses into the 18-yard box, headed away, I should say, by Mateus Nunes. Carl Robinson in deep conversation with Ryan Giggs. It's Mubana to Gundogan. Salford will probably be looking for just one consolation goal. They know. I fear they know that the game is up. But that was a great effort, nonetheless, by Cole Stockton, their top scorer. and he did well dodging around Kovacic and Akanji, but it was not to be. O'Reilly headed up, but deflected away by Garbett. There'll be a throw in for City to be taken by Grealish. He throws to O'Reilly. Akanji to Kovacic. Or was it Kovacic? No, I'll go with Kovacic. It's now with Akanji. Akanji down the wing to Grealish. Grealish is on the edge of the 18-yard box. He passes to Gundogan, but deflected away by Salford. Foden, almost intercepted by Forner. It's now back with Gundogan. Gundogan, almost down the wing to Grealish, but Salford have retaken it. Liam Shepherd, crossing up the wing to Adelakun. Adelakun inside the 18-yard box. Passes to Forner. No, he doesn't. It's Tilt. Forner. Tilt. Forner to Burko. Now back with Forner. Garbett. Back to Forner. Garbett again. Now down the wing to Tilt inside the centre circle. Garbett. Sent away though by Adelakun. Now it's back with Manchester City. Nunes to Simpson Pusey. Now back with Ederson. Ederson sends the ball out of the goal, but intercepted by Salford and Shepherd. Watson to Garbett. Shepherd now back with Watson. Watson crossing the ball forward to Taylor. Intercepted really well by O'Reilly. Good tackle. Watson tries to take it back, but O'Reilly was having none of it. Gundogan up the wing to Nunes. Nunes passing to Foden. Simpson Pusey. Now Kovacic. Kovacic down the wing to O'Reilly. O'Reilly passing to Grealish. Now taken by Watson for Salford. It's Watson towards Stockton. Stockton tries to pass back to Watson, but City intercept. But Man City intercept. It's Grealish. Grealish to Gundogan. Gundogan back towards Grealish. Grealish now inside the 18-yard box. Couldn't hold off Salford. He's momentarily disappointed. O'Reilly takes the ball from Forner. It's now back with Akanji. Over the halfway line to Kovacic. Kovacic passes to Nunes. Now back with Kovacic. It's now with Gundogan. Kovacic again. Nunes. Nunes looking for someone to pass it to. I thought he was going to pass. He passes to Simpson Pusey. Now it's back with Nunes. Nunes doing well to hold on to the ball despite the advantage of Luke Garbett. Kovacic. Kovacic passing to Grealish. Now back with Kovacic. Good use of the ball by Manchester City to try and throw Salford off. Gundogan to Kovacic. Kovacic now passing to Simpson Pusey. Foden now approaching the 18-yard box. He's inside it now. Passing to McAtee. McAtee to Kovacic. Kovacic, O'Reilly, Gundogan. Now Grealish. Grealish to McAtee, and that's it. It's 8. In fact, it wasn't McAtee. It was Foden. Phil Foden makes it 8. And Foden still proves that he does have what it takes. He is an England international after all. McAtee passed McAtee to Kovacic. Now then it went to O'Reilly. Was Mbana offside? I don't think he was. Grealish sent it straight towards Foden. Or was it McAtee? I'm going to have to recheck this. Grealish, and in it went. So it was Grealish with the ball. I'll try and identify the goal scorer, and it was actually McAtee. I was right first time. So the youngster scores his hat trick and gets to keep the match ball. Wow! I haven't seen anything this impressive. I haven't seen any kind of play this impressive from a young man for such a long time. Corner with the ball for Salford. He passes to Tilt. Tilt goes down the wing to Liam Shepherd. Shepherd loses the ball to O'Reilly. O'Reilly to Kovacic. Now Akanji. Akanji to Foden. Simpson Pusey back towards Akanji. Foden again. Now Kovacic. Kovacic to Nunez. Nunez crossing the ball forward to Mbana. Mbana inside the 18-yard box. He loses it to Shepherd. Mbana was, I think, trying to pull his shirt back or something. And it looks like he's going to try and do so again. But unfazed, Salford still have the ball. It's with Watson. Watson back towards Shepherd. And he's looking for Cole Stockton. But the ball intercepted by Simpson Pusey for Manchester City. 6.5 minutes to go. It's Man City 8, Salford 0. Simpson Pusey passing to Akanji. Akanji to O'Reilly. O'Reilly passing it to Jack Grealish. Grealish holds on to the ball though. Foden to Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan! But deflected away. But deflected away by Tilt. And it looks as though there's just going to be no stop. It looks as though there's just going to be no stopping Manchester City. Corner given to the Sky Blues. Grealish to Foden. Foden passes to Nunez inside the centre circle. Now back with Foden. Foden down the wing towards Grealish, but Grealish misses the ball. And Salford could well be making one last substitution, and that is Will Wright. It just remains to see who will take his place, and it's full time between Manchester United and West Brom in the Women's FA Cup. The final score 7-0 as Shepherd throws for Salford. Gives the ball away to Manchester City, though. The ball is with Nunez. Nunez for the Sky Blues. Passes quickly to Ederson in goal. Ederson. Look at Ederson. Ederson trying to throw off Forner by the looks of it, and he has forwarded the ball to Nunez. Nunez passing to, I think that might have been Foden. Now with Kovacic. Kovacic loses the ball to Forner, and it's still with Forner or Salford. He passes to Young. In just a couple of minutes, I will let you know who my player of the match is, as sponsored by Commentary Services. As Salford make a run up towards goal. I think that was by Taylor. Let's have another look at it. Taylor closing on the goal, just bounced off the side netting, so close. And Salford, I think, have had a couple of instances like that throughout this game. It could well be 8-2 if they hadn't missed those opportunities. As Will Wright comes on in place of Hakeem Adalakun. I've decided who my player of the match is. I will let you know when there is a stop in play. So Salford take the corner, but it's headed away by Simpson Pusey and bounced off, and it's bounced off the net again for Salford. That is just so unlucky. I'll try and identify the player in a moment. I think it was Conor McAulney. Yes, it was McAulney. Simpson Pusey passing to Akanji. Akanji passes down the wing to Nico O'Reilly. To Ederson. And Manchester City have made 19 attempts in comparison to Salford's 8. 9 on target for Manchester City. Salford only 1. So the ball's with O'Reilly. It's Grealish. Grealish to Foden. Now back to O'Reilly. Foden up the wing to Akanji. Akanji to Simpson Pusey. Now the ball is being forwarded to Nunes. He's under pressure from Wright. Wright tries to tackle, but Nunes so far resisting. And he did well to hold him off. Grealish to Foden. Now back to Grealish. He's inside the 18-yard box. Grealish! But well held by Salford. Now it's with Kovacic. Kovacic! Saved by Young. And Kevin Benson just chips in, says Salford deserved 1 goal, but it's not likely. And I can now reveal that's my player of the match, as sponsored by Commentary Services, is James McAtee. He has been superb throughout this match so far. He's shown a level of gameplay and maturity well beyond his years. As Young takes the goal kick for Salford. It'll be a free kick to Manchester City. Those 3 goals very well deserved. So to confirm it, my player of the match, James McAtee. Well done. So the ball's with Kovacic. Kovacic to Foden. Foden passes back to Grealish. Grealish now inside the 18-yard box. Grealish to Gundogan. It was almost 9, but Curtis Tilt did well. To save it, and it went to Matt Young. But that is it. Full time. Salford were looking to try and play well against Manchester City, but Manchester City were too strong for them, and I have to feel it was all about. And in my opinion, this game was all about Manchester City's new blood. The youngsters, these young men, O'Reilly, Mubana, McAtee, have really impressed me, and no doubt we'll be seeing more great things from them in the future. Full time at the Etihad Stadium, Manchester City 8, Salford City 0. Whoa. So before we go, let's run through. Let's remind everybody of the scores and results that have happened from cup games earlier on, and also updates on current situation. Starting with League One, all games were postponed apart from one, and that finished Rotherham United 1, Bolton Wanderers 1. And only 2 games were played in League Two, and they finished Swindon Town 0, Crewe Alexandra 0, and Walsall 5, Tranmere Rovers 1. In the FA Cup, the final results, a reminder of the final results and the latest scores. Birmingham City 2, Lincoln City 1. Bristol City 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2. Middlesbrough 0, Blackburn Rovers 1. Liverpool 4, Accrington Stanley 0. Leicester City 6, Queen's Park Rangers 2. Bournemouth 5, West Bromwich Albion 1. Brentford 0, Plymouth Argyle 1. Chelsea 5, Morecambe 0. Exeter City 3, Oxford United 1. Norwich City 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 4. Nottingham Forest 2, Luton Town 0. Reading 1, Burnley 3. Sunderland 1, Stoke City 2. And it's just been confirmed, Leeds United have beaten Harrogate Town by a goal to 0 at Elland Road. And the latest score, Coventry City 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0. We're just about out of time, so if you want to keep up to date with what's going on at the Coventry City Arena, then do be sure to keep up to date with your usual news outlets and goal alerts and all that sort of thing. But fantastic performances by the. But once again, I know I keep doing it, but I'm just going to keep on heaping praise on McAtee, O'Reilly, and Mabana. Those were the 3 players that stood out for me, even though we did see great performances from Doku, Grealish, and Kovacic as well. Just goes to show that on some occasions the likes of Haaland, De Bruyne, and Silva aren't needed. No disrespect to them, of course. But that's it. And just to remind you that tomorrow we will have 2 games. We will have 2 games simulcast with each other. I will have 2 games simulcast with each other in the FA Cup. So definitely confirm tomorrow. Ross Vernon will be doing the commentary on Newcastle United against Bromley at 3:00, and Paul James will be covering Arsenal against Manchester United at the same time. We are still waiting for confirmation on whether Mike Harneman will be covering Tamworth against Tottenham, but we will let you know. Close to the time. Keep up to date on our Facebook and Blue Sky socials for eventual confirmation. Well, I've been Nicholas Jones. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.